Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am vlogging today, I think. I was originally just gonna film a get ready with me, but my battery died. Then my SD card filled up when I was filming the get ready with me, and time was just ticking because I am going to Down Royal today. I'm going to Ladies Day. I am very excited. So it's going to be such a fun day because after that I'm coming back to Belfast and I'm going to see Picture This. So I'll be doing a quick change and it's just going to be a really fun day. The sun is shining, which is something you don't hear me often say on these vlogs because it is always pouring with rain. So I'm very excited. I love my outfit. I'm a guest of Jack Murphy Jewelers today, so they've invited us all along, a lot of the bloggers that I know from Belfast anyway, so I'm so excited to see the girls. It's a really nice bunch and the limo is picking us up, so I'm gonna walk down now. It's literally the bottom of this road. I can't believe I've got this parking space. I'm all biz. So yeah, gonna walk down, take you with me and take you on my day out. Brought sliders, flat shoes because I'm a genius, and if my feet get sore later I will be so thankful for those. And my hat today is just this because I'm not really a massive headpiece kind of gal, so I thought I would just go nice and summery, and they're very in right now and I really feel like it complements the look, which I'll show you after. So I'm very excited. Let's go. I'm in a bit of a hurry because, as always, I'm running late, but I'm just gonna get ready with you and show you what I do. People ask me all the time about my makeup routine, so I thought this was a good excuse. This is going to be obviously quite a full face because I want it to last all day. I'm starting off with Note Skin Perfecting Primer. Best primer on the market if you have oily skin. I love this. It makes my makeup last all day, and I focus it mostly down the centre of the face, on the chin, down the nose, onto the cheeks and on the forehead. So while I love to be matte down the centre of the face, I also like to have a little bit of a glow around the outside. So I use the Makeup Studio. This is the Shimmer Effect in Champagne. And I just apply this with my hands as well. Just a tiny little bit because this stuff is wild. Like, it's so shimmery. So I just sort of dot this on my cheeks and up around my eyebrow. A little bit onto my cupid's bow. And a little bit on my chin. Foundation today is going to be a mix of two. The Note foundation, this is the mattifying extreme wear foundation, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's matte and it's extreme wear, but I'm mixing it in with Max Factor Radiant Lift, which is literally supposed to do the opposite. But these together are absolutely beautiful and I feel like they balance each other out. And I also love the colour of the Max Factor one, so I don't feel like the Note colour is perfect for me, and also I'm wearing tan, so they're probably both too light, but we can fix that with a little bit of bronzer. And then the brush I like to use for foundation is actually the Be Bold bronzer brush, but it's just so fluffy and perfect for blending your foundation, I think. As expected, that foundation is paler than my fake tan, but that's fine because once I bronze up and everything should definitely balance out. I just like to take a beauty blender once I've blended everything in to really make sure it's all really pushed into the skin. Nothing looks as flawless as when you use a beauty blender, but I do find it quite time consuming, so that's why I like to just go over at the end. I feel like my face looks so pale on camera. For concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. If you ask me, this is the best concealer on the market. Forget Tarte Shape Tape. It's too hard to get anyway. This is so thick and I absolutely love it. So I just apply it in the regular spots. Beneath my eyes, down the centre of my nose, on my forehead. I like to go around the sides of my nose as well, where you get a little bit of redness. And this concealer, yes, it's a lot lighter than my foundation, but it's not stark white. So I'm just going to blend this out with the beauty blender. And because I very recently had laser eye surgery, I don't like to take the beauty blender and pat too heavily around my eyes. So for the concealer up really around, like really close to the eyes, I just take a brush and blend it through. And I like to blend it over my eyelids as well. And to set all that in place, I'm going to use the Fit Me loose finishing powder. This stuff is amazing. Like, forget Laura Mercier. I love this stuff. So this is a lovely yellow colour and I find it perfect for setting under the eyes. Nothing too crazy. You might be like, what are you talking about, Melissa? That looks crazy. So I like to bake all the places that I get creases. I find I get really bad smile lines, so I always put some here. And then try not to smile for the rest of the day. No, I'm kidding. So I'll just let that sit like that and I will do my eyes and my eyebrows. So before I do anything with my eyebrows, I run a spoolie through just to brush all the hairs upwards. Could probably have done with doing my eyebrows before today, but I don't have time now, so I'm gonna just use a little brow pomade today, and the one I like to use is from the Boutique in Belfast. This pomade is so soft, so smooth, so easy to work with. I just love it. So I just sort of fill in the areas that are a little too sparse. So my most sparse area would be up here on the tail. I don't seem to grow hairs on the top of the tail. And I used to have a very set way of doing this, you know, I would sculpt it all out and then fill it in. But I don't like them to be like that anymore. I think it's too harsh. One thing I do really like to do though is set my brows in place. So I just take this brow pomade from, this brow powder from Note Cosmetics. Mostly the places where I need a little more darkness, because this brow powder is super dark and I love it. And then last but not least thing for brows, this is the Rimmel Wonderful Brow. This stuff is my favourite in the world. Like, the Benefit one is so expensive. This is cheap as chips and I just love how tiny the spoolie is, and I just brush all the hairs up. I use a mixture between all three shades. I have all three shades and kind of just whatever one's to hand I like to use. This is a blonde one, so I especially love to run it through the front hairs. And I really do just like to brush all of those up the ways. For bronzer, I'm using MAC. I nearly said Give Me Some there. No, Dark Deepest. I want to be super dark today and I want to get my face kind of back to what it was before I put the foundation mask on. So I'm using quite a dense brush because I really do want to pack this on. And I just sort of pat it into place first of all so that it doesn't go everywhere. And then I'll blend. I literally love doing makeup, but definitely my favourite part is skin. The way you can bring in the most gorgeous bronzy looks and make it look so flawless. Like, I could do just a lineup of skin after skin after skin and let somebody else do the eye makeup. And it's so funny because I used to prefer eye makeup, but I just love making skin look so bronzy. I take this behind my ear and round my chin as well, and then obviously the excess down my neck. So that might look a little bit stark, but I obviously haven't wiped away the bake or anything, and I am going to go in with like a lighter bronzer to sort of blend it all out. I suppose kind of like applying the transition colour, but after. Wipe away all that bake because it's been on for quite some time now. So I just take a little tiny brush and wipe away any excess. And so the second bronzer I'm going in with is Note Cosmetics, and this is in the shade 10. I actually prefer the shade 20. I think the shade 10 is too light, but like I say, to blend in the darker bronzer, this is perfect. And I'm using this brush, which is one of my favourites. It's the Real Techniques. I think it's a bronzing brush or something like that. My hair is everywhere. So yeah, that is bronzer today, but one thing I am doing is I'm just taking the excess powder that was on the beauty blender from baking under my eyes, and I'm sculpting the side there. I don't do this on a regular basis, but on like a night out or a day like today. So this is how skin is looking before highlighter, which we're going to apply now. Highlighter and blusher. I have a few blushers that I really like, but They're all corally shades. This is kind of the only pink blusher that I like. This is MAC. No, it's not. It's Max Factor. It's called Seductive Pink. And I think this is the nicest shade ever. And I was never a pink blusher girl until I got this. And it's Max Factor, and honestly it's such good quality. And I like to apply loads because I feel like everyone, blush is the first thing to fade on me, so I just apply it on. I also love Nara's Orgasm, but sometimes I find it's too shimmery, and if I have a little bit of texture on the cheek, it really shows it up. So that's why today we're going with a pinky tone, and then I can just go ham on the highlighter. And for highlighter today, I'm going to go for Inglot Soft Sparkler. This is just beautiful. It's kind of like a champagne-y colour, maybe more on the golden side. But I love highlighter. I could never choose which one to go for because first of all I have way too many, and I feel like they all do the same job. I mean, there's definitely some that I don't like as much as others, but it's just so beautiful. And I put this everywhere. I can't help myself. Around the tops of my eyebrows. Cupid's bow, down my nose, and repeat. So that is it for skin. I'm going to do eyes now. I feel like I'm going to do a bronzy, a feel-safe eye really. I might do a little bit of gold on the lid, but nothing too crazy. So the palettes I'm going to use today, I'd say are my favourite palettes of all time. The Jaclyn Hill palette, I just think it's incredible. I know there's always so much drama with her, but this first original palette is literally the best ever. And then my second favourite, Lime Crime Venus, because the dark brown in this palette is everything. Also the creation brown colour, it's so orangey and beautiful, and I feel like if I could only have two palettes in my life, I would choose these two time and time again. I don't think Ladies' Day is the day to like change everything you've ever done with your eye makeup, so I just start off with like a brown shade and put that through the crease, and then we'll build from there. I am genuinely so excited for today. I literally love going to the races. I've been every year for the past 2 or 3 years now. I'm popping a little bit of orange here through my crease because there may or may not be some orange in my outfit. And I just want to give my eyeshadow a little bit of a nod to that. But yeah, like I say, I love going to the races. It's such a good day out. Everybody's in good form. Fingers crossed the rain stays away. It's actually supposed to, which is crazy because it's been pouring for the past 2 weeks. But yeah, fingers crossed the rain will stay away. There's a really great bunch of girls going today as well, so that just makes it even better. Just going to take a little like highlighter colour and pop it on my inner corner here and on the brow bone before I continue, because I know a lot of people like to do this as a finishing touch, but I feel like it gives me an idea of where I am. I've not really done one of these like talky get ready with me's before, because I always kind of just do get ready with me. If I do, I haven't done one in years to be honest, and like voiceover over it to tell you what I'm doing, but I was feeling in a chatty-ish mood this morning and I just thought, why not? You're up early enough. And I'm just taking a dark brown colour here and I'm taking it through the crease a little bit and focusing it on the outer corner. So yeah, do you go to the races? Do you love it? I know Ascot was last week. I've never been to Royal Ascot, probably never will. I mean, I live nowhere near. I'd have to fly over, and I know a lot of people do actually, but it seems so fancy. But then it's a mixed bag wherever you go, like. Everybody just dresses up and wears what they like to wear and has a good time, so I suppose it would be fine. Maybe we'll go at some point. I never ever win on the horses, in case you're wondering. Literally, like, if I bet on it, everybody else should avoid it because I haven't picked a winner any time in my life. I'm useless. I feel like I'm a bad omen. Just don't really have any luck, to be honest. Same as I did on top, just take all those colours below as well. And then I just take a big fluffy brush kind of around all the edges to make sure the blend is nice and smooth. So I have been kind of leaving the lid space clear as I go because I'm just going to apply one of these like little glitter eyeshadows. I was sent this one from Bourjois. It's their Metal Edition 24-hour shadow. I think I'm going to mix it with like my old favourite, the Stila Rose Gold Retro shade. So I'm just going to mix these two in the back of my hand, see what they look like, and apply them with a little brush. I find, well, from what I know of the Stila one, it lasts all day long and doesn't transfer too badly, so I'll mix these together and see. So naturally my battery died. While it was recharging, I put that glitter on my lids and I applied some eyelashes, and that's kind of it. I just really have lips left to do, and I'm going to go for a nude lip because that's just me. So I'm going to use this tiny little Rimmel liner because I like the corally tone of it. But I'll probably mix in like a Primark brown nude liner as well. And when I line my lips, I do like to overline because what I wouldn't do. So this is just the brown Primark one. Give a little bit of depth, and I do like to fill in the lip with the liner as well, because I feel that makes it last longer all day. And then for lips, I'm using the new Note Matte Moist Lip Gloss. These are called a lip gloss, but they just feel like a lipstick. They feel so creamy, but they're matte, although they do last really well. So for the base colour, I'm going to do the darker one, Coral Touch, and then I'm going to do Pinky Milk on top of that, just in the centre for a little bit of depth. And I might add a gloss later, or I might not, but for now that's kind of the finished look. I'm going to just finish everything off with the Fix Plus Gold Spray. I love this. Oh, it's amazing.